Hi, we're the Drawing Research Group. I'm sorry we can't make the symposium, and thanks for inviting us. We're all involved in various drawing events, so we're doing it virtually rather than online. We're going to start by discussing our individual practices, and then we'll talk a little bit about projects that the Drawing Research have done in the past and going forward. So I'll hand over to Anouk.
Hello, so I'm Anouk Mercier and I'm a practicing fine artist as well as a lead technical instructor for drawing at UWE. Drawing is central to my practice and I often use it as a tool for researching historical narratives and responding to collections. So on this slide you can see an example of one of my drawings and two commissions that I have done over the years, one for the Office of Public Works Ireland and one for the National Trust. Next slide.
Hello, my name's Lucy Ward. I'm Senior Lecturer in Drawing at UWE and lead on drawing for the School of Arts. My work's focused on pattern and the systems that pattern follow, or what happens when we disrupt those systems. Drawing's central to my work, and the way that I draw is very much tied in with my interest in patterns, repetitive behaviour and routines. Next slide, please.
Hello, I'm Chloe Massey and my work is very illustrative. I am interested in how the sketch can capture past memories and current observations and future imaginings and how it can capture the essential. I also explore kind of narrative and reportage with my work, and I've recently published a paper on drawing and learning. Okay, next slide.
Hi, I'm Gary Embry. My practice is predominantly about reportage and documentary drawing and how drawing can be used as a form of news and documentary reporting. And also I'm looking at the future of drawing and virtual reality. Thanks.
So that is the four of us at UWE Drawing Research that form the UWE Drawing Research Group, with now a collaboration with Birmingham City University, because Chloe, although she started at UWE with us, is now working for BCU. Next slide, please, Gary. So in terms of how the research group started, back in 2018, my line manager wanted to really think about defining drawing, the delivery of technical drawing at UWE, but thinking about drawing more widely throughout the arts campus. So we organised a drawing symposium for UWE staff to get together and discuss what drawing meant to them, how drawing was taught on individual programmes, and the direction in which we would like drawing to move forward at UWE. And one of the main outcomes of this whole day of discussions was that there was a need for a drawing research group where those discussions could continue. So our research group resulted from that day, and moving forward we've tried to meet on average once a month, sometimes more when we're in the middle of working for a project.
And the first thing we did as the drawing research group was to put on an exhibition, and this was in F Block Gallery at Bower Ashton. The title of the show was Drawing Review, and in the show we were showcasing drawing in the arts practices of staff at the School of Arts at UWE. Next slide, please. That happened in 2019. We asked everyone to put forward work that they considered to be drawing, and work included was really varied in many different media. It showed the breadth of ways that people were using drawing within their practices and how drawing was present in all areas of the art school. Next slide, please. And alongside the exhibition, we produced a publication, including all the contributors who'd been in the show. And our aim is to produce publications from all our events and activities. And the series of publications is called Drawing Document. So this is Drawing Document number 1. Next slide, please.
So the same year, we also held a drawing symposium called Drawing at Art School, and we had speakers including Tanya Kovacs, who talked about the importance of drawing in community, Simon Packard, who talked about how he had created a separate drawing space apart from the curricula at his art college, and I also talked about drawing for learning and the importance of drawing for learning. And students helped to organise the symposium and to facilitate the day. They were mostly students from drawing and print and also from some of the master's courses. Next slide, please. So we created a publication that recorded the day and the speakers. So we had an illustrator from the illustration course that came to do reportage drawing of the day, and a photography student too. And next slide, please. And we've also, after that, in 2020, we worked on 2 symposiums, one in Australia and one that looked at teaching drawing online, because obviously 2020 was teaching drawing in the COVID time, and we asked a few different drawing groups to submit films and explain how they had used drawing and taught drawing. So one was a good ship illustration and one was Drawing is Free. And I also talked about how I taught drawing to my Chinese students based in Wuhan. So next slide, please. So Drawing is Free. They did quite informal weekly sessions where they were drawing from models and still lives accompanied by music. And on the right, so we've got some examples of some of the work the Chinese students did, where they were using drawing as a way of kind of recording and sharing experience. Next slide, please.
So this from then on led on to our next project, which was exploring the role of drawing as a research tool in medical practice. And this really stemmed from residency, which I had been doing on site at Chelsea and Westminster for a year, during which I did my own drawing. But during that time, I had become interested in how medical staff used drawing to communicate amongst themselves and with patients. And I proposed this as a potential research project in collaboration with Nicola Holt from HAS, so the Faculty of Health and Applied Sciences. And together we applied for a new grant, which really was designed to facilitate cross-faculty research projects. And we basically proposed to spend some time on site at Chelsea and Westminster, gathering doctors' drawings and with Nicola contextualizing the drawings collected. And really this also led to our research group being invited by Chelsea and Westminster Hospital to work on site and research on site for a year, which led to several other projects, which Gary will tell you about now.
So not only did we make drawings in the hospital on site in some of the wards, especially difficult during COVID, we also worked with staff, medical and admin staff running drawing workshops. The idea around that was to kind of reintroduce the idea of drawing, but also drawing as a way of making the invisible visible, and actually how you use drawing and semiotics and sign and symbol to visualize things like memory and sadness, and also other ways of drawing, which many people had kind of lost along the way, and appreciated us going in to run those sessions. This culminated in an exhibition at Saatchi Gallery, where all the work that had been done during the residency was exhibited. This also has run on to the new residency, so Drawn 3, working with my students. They've proposed different projects, and 3 students are going to be offered a residency at the hospital making work.
up to today, so our latest project that we are now currently working on, last year we were invited by Bloomsbury Publishing to submit a proposal to develop a handbook of drawing research. Really this would be a global survey of contemporary drawing research practice, collecting new knowledge about drawing and new knowledge gained by drawing. And we have just gone through the first round of peer reviewing, and we are now preparing for the second round, in which we are inviting collaborators and trying to identify drawing research case studies to feature as part of the handbook. So we are at the start of, what should be I think 5-year project. So mainly, as I say, identifying and contacting collaborators for the project.
So yeah, as Anouk says, it's going to be a long process putting this book together. So we've had our initial proposal reviewed, and here's some examples of the people that we are now inviting to help us to shape the project further, shape the book further, and to discover interesting examples of drawing research from across the world. So yeah, these are just a few people that we've been in contact with so far, and we're hoping to bring that group together very soon to start to shape the book further.
Yeah, so this is our last slide. So we have a website and Instagram where we record all the projects that we've been doing and that we're currently doing, both individually and collaboratively. And so please follow us, as we have a symposium that we're organising for this autumn that will be for the book on drawing research. We'll be posting more things very soon. So yeah.
Thank you very much.